So perfect. Welcome again to this session. We are here today to present to you some news, changes, and new offering based on the VMware by Broadcom transition. We are here with Franck, so I'm going to start presenting myself. So I'm Laurent Blin. I'm a product marketing manager for private solutions at OVHcloud and specifically to on VMware solutions. And Franck?
Yes, I'm product manager, so in the team, in the private cloud team.
Perfect. So let's go on the agenda that we are going to cover today, and just maybe I remind the point that I addressed at the beginning. You have in the interface of GoToWebinar the possibility to ask you questions. We are going to cover the question that you requested in the register webpage, and we will cover also your question that you will have in the question feature. So don't hesitate to use it. I see the first one here, so we will cover it at the end of the session. So the agenda is an introduction regarding where we are, the main changes that we have currently, the most pressing question that we have to answer, the different options available at OVHcloud that we are providing and that we are going to develop also. And we will switch in the second session with Franck about the new offering, which is VMware Cloud Director on OVHcloud that will be presented and with a demo regarding the main features that you are going to use if you want to use this new product. And we will finalize the presentation with the migration. How we are going to address migration if you want to use VMware Cloud Director as the new platform for your workloads. So as an introduction and going back just really quickly, I'm not going to have a long presentation here, but going back to who is OVHcloud and where we are. OVHcloud is an independent cloud provider, and we have presence on 4 continents now with over 2,900 employees for more than 1.6 million of customers. We have a strong commitment on the value, and we will develop this one after. You can see also the different aspect of the development of the company regarding the volume of servers that we are managing in our data centers, and we are implementing our own data centers and our own servers by assembling this one. Globally, now the footprint of OVHcloud is really global. You can see that we have a new deployment model with local zone in yellow in the middle, but regarding where we are with VMware solutions, so currently we are available, of course, in Europe and also in Americas, where we are presenting our solutions. The main values and the differentiators that you have, and maybe you choose OVHcloud for these reasons also, is the fact that we are a leading global provider of trusted cloud for many reasons, and the sovereignty regarding our different countries is also mandatory. So we provide choice for customers regarding what they want to do and not having a dependency. The sustainable cloud by design. You may know that we have innovation on the water cooling, but we are doing our best to have a good ratio and optimize the sustainability on our different solutions. We have a best performance price ratio on the market, and we will cover this one on the VMware on OVHcloud solutions also. Without lock-in, it's really important, but if you push your workloads, you don't have also, for example, a cost for your boundaries to get back your data, for example. We are going also to provide a lot of innovation on the product. So we are not providing only IaaS solutions, but we have also a lot of PaaS solutions. And we are building a large ecosystem of partners via different partner programs as program partners or Open Trusted Cloud for software editors, SaaS, PaaS solutions. So going back to the value of a cloud portfolio, as I said, we are not providing only IaaS solutions, but this is here the portfolio that we are providing to our customers. It comes from, of course, compute, storage, and network, but you can see that there is much more in the catalog globally, with also containers, orchestration, database, analytic solutions, data platform, AI and machine learnings, not only on the GPU side, but of course software solutions, and the package that cover the full value of a cloud, also identity and security management solutions, backup, and DR. So here in green on the top, you can see the different products that they are based on VMware technologies that we are going to speak about today. And you can see in gray the VCD on OVHcloud, which is the new one that we are going also to develop today. One of the things really important here is linked to what I will develop after, is the fact that you can also pick and choose the different blocks in the portfolio, and you can build exactly what you want. So you can leverage, for example, AI solutions on the top of VMware on OVHcloud regarding the private network that we are providing to you between our different products. With VMware and what our customers and what you do with our different solutions mainly. The first one is disaster recovery for all of our customers that they have their on-prem solutions. They are looking to have a disaster recovery plan, and the cloud is really a good approach to get it. The data center extension. Data center extension is it's a wording that means many type of use case behind. It can be the fact that you don't have enough space in your colocation in your data center, and you want to extend, in fact, this wall to get resources outside of your building. It can be also regarding a temporary situation that you would like to get more resources during a transition, a migration, etc. It can be also regarding a transition, which is really the fact that you are closing your data center, for example, for different reasons, because you want now to be fully in the cloud. Maybe you want to optimize the different footprints that you are managing on the CapEx and on the colocation data centers that you are managing. And the last one is cloud migration. So it can be for you, it can be for your customers, if you are a MSP or a service company, that you can also help for your workload and for the customer workloads, a migration to manage their different solutions. The last one regarding the portfolio is something that you may know, but you know that there is dedicated servers, bare metal products. So we have one of the largest portfolio of bare metal available in the world. On the hosted private cloud offers, we have VMware on OVHcloud that we are going to cover here. There is also Nutanix, which is also available on the portfolio with the full package based on the backup solutions, Vim, HiQ, and replication solutions with Zerto. And on the public cloud, as I explained before, there is a lot of solutions that are also available, and all of these are connected via the VRAC, the private network, to interconnect your different solutions between regions or between our products in the same regions. And all of these can be connected to your locations via Cloud Connect, so private connections between our cloud regions to your locations with our partners, or directly to you if you have the different features to do it. And all of this is connected to the world to internet, of course, with anti-DDoS solutions, which is a solution that we developed, and bandwidth to the network, which is really huge. We are recognized on the market with a high level, and we are the European cloud leader now. And on hosted private cloud, so including bare metal and hosted private cloud, we are really named as a leader in the cloud solution from Forrester. And on the public cloud, from IDC, we got also last year the major player recognitions. And on the web cloud, which is not really the topic of today, we are also named as the #1 in France and in Spain from different benchmarks. Regarding the services that we are providing, you should be, if you have workloads based on VMware at OVHcloud, you should be with a support, business support or enterprise support. It's a level of support which doesn't include only support, which is the recommended one for production environments. Of course, with enterprise, there is more than support. As I said, you have also a technical account manager and solution architects that are also available to work with you. It's really important, and for all of you that they have this level of support. It covers a lot of situations that are really important in a company to manage correctly your relation and building trust with us. In parallel, we have also professional services. So we are not providing directly services as a MSP, of course. We are working with partners that they are MSP, but in the middle to create links between OVHcloud and our partners. We have also professional services that they are providing three main product services for, of course, training, delivery, and technical advice. So in our current situation, it can be really useful also if you want to have a deep dive on a new product as VCD, or deep dive of VMware 8, for example, or if you want to do an assessment regarding your environment. We are providing security and compliance regarding sovereignty, but of course regarding industry standards and regarding also global and European standards. So ISO, for example, or SOC 1, 2 are here, and we are providing a lot of security features to provide the highest level of security on our solutions. So you can see on the bottom right the different features that they are available. It's the main one. There is others that are not listed here. So let's go to VMware by Broadcom in a quick glance. So here, as a reminder, so OVHcloud and VMware founded, in fact, their companies in the same years, so before 2000. And the first offer that we developed at OVHcloud based on VMware was done in 2011. And after 2011, it was really the momentum of VMware to develop the vision of SDDC by adding NS6 for the network virtualization and vSAN for the storage virtualization. And you can see in 2017 that OVHcloud acquired the cloud division of VMware. That we have also, we have some customers that they are still from this acquisition in different countries. And we had our birthday, the 20 years birthday in 2018, and last year, as we are going to develop today, the VMware was acquired by Broadcom. So let's develop this one. VMware is really the leader when we speak about hyper-converged infrastructure on the market. There is also competitors, but really this is the high-end solutions, and this is why we are using these solutions. There is also other alternatives that they are not providing exactly the same value. We can understand that in the current situation, some companies are thinking about other solutions, and this is a normal situation. We have also the same approach on our side, and we are providing also other solutions on our portfolio. But from my point of view, it's really here that it's important to remind us that the value that VMware developed until now is really one of the highest value that we have regarding our skills in our companies to maintain this type of workloads. So at OVHcloud, we got the CSP of the Year award last year during the VMware Explore in Barcelona. And we got also an award regarding partner collaboration with Sopra Steria during last year. So we are now the new VCSP Pinnacle partner with Broadcom, sorry. So, and you can see on the bottom right in blue the explanation. So in the new partner program, so VCSP program from Broadcom, there is 3 tiers. So there is a premier tier Pinnacle tier where we are, the highest level, and the white label. So in the new program, some partners can't be a CSP partner in the new program, and they have the possibility to be a white label partner. It means that they can get their license from a Premier or from a Pinnacle partners. So this is one of the change, and the real difference that we have from between Premier and Pinnacle is mainly the number of workload that they are running on our side. So let's go to main questions. I covered the introduction, but it's important to go back to the real changes. So from the acquisition, Broadcom and so VMware by Broadcom pushed 4 main changes. So the first one is simplified offerings. So they are changing the full portfolio with one VCF stack, which include the package of SDDC offers. And for on-prem workloads, it's not possible now to have perpetual license. So it's only subscription licenses, as we have for cloud providers for long times, because we have this model from a long times. But for on-premise workloads that you are managing, it's not possible to get a perpetual license. The second thing is the business model. It's switching a business model which is based on the memory to something which is core based on the business model. It's a standard on the market, but it's a real change because, of course, when you have a balance of between memory and CPU, which is not with the same price at the end, you have more impact on some configuration and less impact on others. Also, they are increasing the focus on CSP, so with us and from aggregator. So we have a dedicated team with OVHcloud from Broadcom that are helping us to develop the product and the business together. And the go-to-market, so this is exactly the program that we have in the VCSP program from Broadcom, the advantage to develop the activity with them. On the other side, which is a big announcement also, you may know that VMware developed a lot of products, not only SDDC products, and in the change after the acquisition, they decided to change the list of products. So it will be only one package, VMware Cloud Foundation. For some experts that they are here, there is also VVF, so VMware vSphere Foundation, which is just a part of the VMware Cloud Foundation for on-prem workloads. For cloud providers, it's not possible to get VVF. So now, what does it change for your workloads in OVHcloud? So on the top, and you can start reading the table, but on the top, it's really important that the current offers based on VMware technologies at OVHcloud remain available. So we are not stopping any products based on VMware technologies, which is not the case from other competitors. You heard maybe some changes that are impacting some actors. And the second thing, the new business model and the new pricing from Broadcom is impacted also our different solutions. So this is why you have this table on the bottom. So if you have services with a monthly commitment, so the traditional order that you did to get VMware on OVHcloud, on the current workloads, the new pricing will be applied from the 1st of May. So yes, if you ask me where are these new pricing are available online from the 1st of April. So if you go on the website of OVHcloud and you go to your different web pages, you will get this information. Maybe if you can ask me, Anna, my colleague, Anna, if you can maybe share in the chat the link to VCD Evolution webpage, where for some customers that they have all the references, so SDDC 2016 or 2018, you will get also the pricing, the new pricing on this webpage. In parallel, this is important. If you have new orders or new workloads, you will get these workloads with a new pricing from the 1st of April. For the main options that we need to explain here, it's yes, there is change on the pricing. So what can we do here? We are suggesting to optimize workloads, migrate to VCD offers, or commit on 1 to 3 years. I will develop this one a bit on the next slide. If you have a specific contract, so with a commitment for more than 1 month, so normally it's 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, and sometimes it's 6 months, but it's an exceptional situation. So for you, we do a real change because the new pricing from Broadcom was applied to OVHcloud from the 1st of April. So you can see that we are applying the new pricing from the 1st of May if you have a monthly committed. And if you are more committed, we are not going to impact your pricing for the current workloads until the end of the commitment, where you are going to have a new contract based on the new pricing, of course. For new workloads, if you are committed, of course, the new pricing is based on the new pricing from the 1st of April. And what we are suggesting to minimize the impact is also optimize workloads. The last topic is for customers that they use a platform qualified SecNumCloud. So here there is no change on the current pricing for until the end of commitment. And for the new pricing, it's only applied to new cluster, so not to new host. And also we have a recommendation to optimize your workloads. So what's the different options at OVHcloud? So here you can see your workloads on OVHcloud. So first of all, you stay on the current environment and you want to optimize your cluster. So we are suggesting to consolidate to large configuration if it's possible. So as an example, if you have, for example, 10 host PRE48, so a small configuration, with a new business model, there is a real change on the pricing. It's higher. So if you have 10 hosts like this, you can consolidate on 3 large configuration. And in this case, you can really decrease your price and not having an increase. So you have really a good position, but it's not always possible. If you have small configurations that they are more impacted with the new pricing model, in this case, you have one of the opportunity, which is the commitment. Because if you commit to 1 to 3 years, we are going to provide to you a discount. And the second thing is if you are going to discover VCD after, or if you know VCD, VMware Cloud Director, the new offer that we are going to start in September, it can be really a good option for you regarding the pricing during the first period, so from 1st of May until the availability of the new offer. So if I go back to the first option, it's important also to think about redesigning your infrastructure for optimizing also your cost. And if you are staying on the current offers, if you are a partner that you're reselling our solutions, you can also contact our partner program. So you can go on partner program of OVHcloud. You can register, and there is also a possibility to get the margin back available here. And move to cloud, it's possible for small configuration. It's also possible for regarding your usage. But if you are looking for certification, for example, AGS or PCI DSS, VCD won't be certified with this certification from day one. So it's not the good options for you. In this case, we are suggesting to stay on the current offers or maybe consolidate, as I suggested before. For your on-prem workloads, it's important to anticipate. You know that normally if you have perpetual license, you will have to buy new license, which are subscription, monthly subscription to your for your clusters. And in this case, you know that there is a real gap on the pricing from Broadcom, so it can be really relevant to do an assessment here. So you can work with, you can ask our commercials to know some partners that they are expert to help you in this assessment, or we have also our professional services that they can help you on the first discussion, and of course your technical account manager, for example, then they can help you. And on the migration, it's regarding where you are, you can decide to move just the disaster recovery. It can be relevant just for the sandbox, for the pre-production, for a part of the production. Or maybe it's a good momentum regarding all changes to think about closing your data center, regarding your CapEx, regarding your colocation contract, etc. So I think anticipation and do a great assessment to optimize your strategy. It's really important, and of course we are here to help you regarding the different options that you should have in this situation. So close to the end of the first part of the presentation. Here is now the new VMware portfolio at OVHcloud. So the second step and the third step are available from a long time. Now we are going to introduce a new one, which is VMware Cloud Director, VCD. You can see that there is the main difference is shared infrastructure. So it's a mutualized environment. We are going to manage VMware platform, and it's based on the VCD technology, not vSphere and SDDC technology. So the high-end options based on VMware is VMware on OVHcloud at OVHcloud. And if you just want to have a vSphere entry-level pricing, it's managed bare metal. And if you are looking to get something which is a bit more managed and with a better price, VCD is going to be the options for you. So we will develop this one to understand better what is in the box with Franck. So the journey with VMware is not stop. As I explained, we have a long journey to develop the innovation and develop the future for our customers and partners. So you can see what we did during the last months, and we are going to add also new things. So you heard about vSphere 8. So vSphere 8 is going to be available in May on VMware on OVHcloud. We are going also to have VMware on OVHcloud and the different services associated in Canada, in Toronto, from next month also. Then we are going to add in the log data platform a large part of the logs from VMware to manage better the different logs and the monitoring that you need for your clusters. On Zerto, we will switch to Zerto 10. And from this release, you will get also new features, so multi-site management, and also long time retentions for the backup. On the managed backup with Vim, we are going to add also the S3 features. So you will have the possibility to backup on S3 solutions to object storage to get your data. There. And the VCF, so this one will be a new one that you can see later. So we are planning to provide this one in the beginning of 2025. VCF on OVHcloud is going to be a VCF unmanaged. So on the top of bare metal dedicated servers, you will get in fact VCF, the new package from VMware, to build your own solutions. And of course, there is also step that we have in the pipe that we will develop during the next months. And you can ask also your technical account manager and your commercial teams to get more visibility. And VCD on the bottom is going to happen. So we have the first offer in test that we are going to share in the presentation. And then we will have the VCD offers available in GA in September for the migration and including also the backup associated. So I give the floor to Franck regarding VMware Cloud Director.
Yes, thanks a lot, Laurent. So let's introduce you, yes, the product VMware Cloud Director at OVH. So like Laurent was explaining, so it's a managed solution. So we will manage and take care of every lifecycle environment. So all the VMware environment will be lifecycle by OVH. High availability, so we'll take care of any issue on the host or failover part to the underlying infrastructure, and we'll make sure that the VM will still be running on the clusters. Elastic resources, so for this part, it's more the fact that you will be able, for each virtual data center inside VCD, you will be able to change the ratio between gigahertz and vCPU and be able to adapt for your type of workload. The reversibility, it's yes, the feature like you are able to export the VM, import the VM, and you get the free of charge for ingress or ingress and ingress traffic, like it was in with VMware on the OVHcloud product. So yes, here we see a map of all the features for VMware Cloud Director, and we'll maybe zoom for some of them, and it will be done in the roadmap, so later, and not at the GA. So to start, we will have a virtual data center, like I said. It will be you will be able to use the virtual machine and the app, dynamic resources, so you will be able to scale the virtual data center. And after that, we'll work to propose some dedicated clusters if needed. So it will be a new option or new feature for this product. For the network part, we see a lot of things that you can do at the beginning. We plan to add the possibility to deploy the advanced load balancer too. This add-on is a different billing part from the VCF point of view. So it will be a price option for this part. In the security, we found something related to the KMS, and so for the EDP proxy. These two features, it's the ability to link to another Active Directory and to use the account that you have and link to the organization that you will get with the Cloud Director. And the KMS, it's the possibility for you to manage the key, the encryption key for your VM. For the data protection, so we plan to have Vim manage backup to start at the beginning, and with that you will be able to backup and to choose the backup or the VM that you want to backup. It will be a pair backup offering, and yes, we will be able to do all this protection part. We'll see in few slides this interface, and we plan to add there to yes, sorry, Laurent. No, just for to end, we have a Kubernetes part, so this part will be done after. For the monitoring, in the interface, you are able to see all the logs event that has been done on your organization, and you get area operation too, like operation that we have on the VMware OVHcloud product, and with that you are able to check about the capacity planning on your infrastructure and get reports of usage. Next slide. Yes. So here we see maybe an overview of the VCD infrastructure. So you see on the bottom, we have all the component of the VMware stack. We see the host with vSAN, the data store NFS, all this part, the vCenter, the NSX part are managed by OVH, like I said, for the life cycle and everything. And on top of that, you get customer organization. And in this customer organization, you get org VDC, virtual data center. So for the users and access control and catalogs, it's at the organization customer. You are able to manage the authorization and everything from this interface. Then when you go to the org VDC, the org virtual data center, it's where you have the allocation of compute, so for the CPU and the memory and the storage. Each VDC will represent this type of receptacle, I will say. And we see that in this underlying infrastructure of VCD, you will get customer organization, and for the other customer, we get another customer organization, and etc. Yes, so for the feature related to the free product that we are looking, we have a VCD standard. It's a product without any high-end network functionality. and you still get the elastic resources, like I was saying before, to manage your gigahertz and vCPU for each VDC that you have. We include area operation. The distributed routing is it's included. So in this free product, you have the distributed routing and the possibility to use the distributed routing or not. It's up to you. And the VRAC will be available. The catalog, like the license for the Windows license, it will be you will be able to consume it. The backup, for the backup, it will be optional. And like I said, it will be a build per VM and for storage. The SLA, so we will maintain the current SLA that we have on the another offering on this new VMware-powered director. Localization, so you will build this environment in every region that we have currently the VMware on OVHcloud environment, to be sure that we'll migrate for each region in the VCD offering. And like Laurent was saying about the compliance and certification, at the start, we are not building an HDS or PCI DSS environment, but it will come later to add this compliance on each product. So yes, live demo, like some live demo. So here we see that I have built some animation to be sure that you are able to see and to see the thing that we wanted to show to you. This will go in loop. So what we can see here, it's I have an interface with two VDC, and each VDC has a different ratio between the CPU and the gigahertz. I have one VDC with a ratio of 3 gigahertz, another one with 1.5 gigahertz. So meaning that I can build more VM in one VDC than the others, with the same allocated gigahertz that I have for the two VDC. So on the next slide, we see a map of the dashboard. The first after the first connection, you get this environment, and I will explain every point. So for the first one, when you click on the data center link, you get this environment. You have a clear view of your whole organization for this part. Application, it's where you find your VM, your VApp, and later the Kubernetes application. It's where you get a list of every workload that you have inside the organization that you get. On the networking part, it's where you define the edge gateway. It's when you can create the network and link this organization together, or the VDC organization together. It's where you are doing this network configuration. The content hub, it's where you are able to manage the catalog. So we'll see later on other slide, but it's where you are able to create catalog or to add catalog and to use our catalog. It's like the content library, and you get the license operating system in this catalog too. In 5, so I'm just passing the libraries part because it's nothing relevant here. On the administration part, it's where you get the settings for the whole organization. So about users and rights and everything, it's on this step. The 6, the monitor part, it's where you have the whole view of a task event related to your organization. The the 7, it's where you find two components. So it's like where you find the plugin of VMware Cloud Director, and at the beginning we'll include two plugins. So the first one is area operation. You will get an embedded iframe for this part, so it will click on it and will be logged directly on it, and you will be able to have some dashboard already pre-configured. For the Vim part, it's a link, it's the same thing, and it will open in the same environment, and you will be able to create the job and to restore VM if you need to. The 8, it's a possibility to research any object on the organization. And we see for the 9, one VDC, and you have another one on the right. So we see that we have a percentage of usage on my current CPU part, and we get the memory usage and the storage usage too. I'm able to see how many VApps are running or VMs running. And for the 10 at the bottom, you see the status, the event task that has been launched from my organization. Yes, so here it's about the catalog. So we can see that the possibility to create a new catalog. So here it's a simple My Company catalog. And when I create it, I'm able to go on it, and I'm able to push some media to it. So my ISO operating system to it. Here you can create. If we'll see in another slide, but you are able to create a template of your VMs, and you are able to push these VMs to another catalog to keep them in this catalog. So nothing more to say. And when you deploy a VM, you reuse this template or media to deploy your VMs. Yes, so here we'll see how to create a VM. So I go to my VDC, then I go to the tab on the left for virtual machine, create new, and I just display some value. It's the same experience, I will say, from a vSphere environment, classic environment. So you choose the operating system, the number of CPU, which type of media will mount to my VMs for the installation, the memory, the size of the disk, and the network part. You can manage everything from this interface. And if you choose to deploy a template, it's kind of the same. You will choose the template that you want to use in the catalog that you want to use, and you deploy the VM from the template. So here it's how to create a template. So like I was saying, we have at the end of the installation, I have a VM, and when you choose to create a template from a VM, in fact, it will create a VApp template, and you will push the template in your catalog that you want to choose. So here I select my catalog. I rename it if I want, and the template will be created in my catalog. All the catalog, the storage of the catalog, will be consume my VDC storage. So by default, it's my first VDC when I create a new catalog, but I can change this value and use another storage, so another VDC for my catalog if needed. So clone a VM. So I'm able to clone a VM. So here it's from a VMware Cloud Director point of view, it's a copy of my VM. And when you clone a VM, it will create a VApp of your VM inside the VApp. So it's kind of the same. I just choose some parts like the hard disk policy and the name of my new VMs. And I choose my network. If I want to change my network, get a static IP or a new DHCP IP. And you see here, when I go to VApp, I'm able to see my VM that is currently creating in my virtual machine tab. So affinity rules, we get several questions about this part. And here, as you can see, I have the two options and two features available. So I'm able to create an affinity rules of two VMs if I want that these two VMs will run on the same host, or an anti-affinity rule. So I'm able to choose two VMs, and these two VMs will run on separate hosts in the underlying infrastructure. And this part is totally up to you to use it and to consume it. So export a VM. So when you want to export a VM, you go to your VDC, you go to the virtual machine, and yes, before you want to export, you need to convert or to push your VM into a VApp, and it's a VApp in fact that you will download. It's kind of the same. The VApp, it's a container of several or one or several VM. So if you want to download, it will download an OVA, and this OVA will be your VM. This step needs to be done in power off state. But it's the only thing that you need to know about this part. So yes, here we see an example of DHCP activation. So just for one network that has been already created. So it's like we'll see in the next slide, but I'm able to create a DHCP on one existing, and it's like I'm not doing a lot of things. It's just adding a pool of the DHCP part. It's already a routing subnet, so everything has been already done for the routing part. I'm just adding a pool, and I'm able to add the DHCP if I wanted. And now for this network, I have a DHCP running on it.
Really quickly, Franck, there is one
Yes.
question regarding IPv6. Are we
Yes.
going to keep IPv6 in the transition?
We are still working on this part. For I think it's maybe for the, not sure if it's using for the private part or the public part, but it's a thing that we are still looking into it for the IPv6. I think at the end you will get a mail with all the documentation that we created, and we have one for the FAQ, but you have another one for the feature, and the feature will be listed in this documentation. Yes, and here we see about the edge gateway configuration and distributed firewall. So we go to the edge part, and I'm able to set every network part or configuration. So here it's like a T1 for this part, and I'm able to manage the firewall configuration, to create rules and do all of this firewall configuration, the NAT part, the IPsec VPN. So it's a policy-based VPN that you are able to create. The load balancer, but the load balancer, it's only with ALB with VMware-powered director. And here you can manage the static route and everything. And we'll see after that the menu for the distributed firewall. It's not a part of this T1 configuration, like a T1, like I was saying, but you are able to go to the next slide, not next slide, sorry, the next animation, and we go to data center part, and we are able to manage the distributed firewall. Yes, yeah. You see for the distributed firewall, it's at this point, and you are able to create the rules like before, or like a stack, clear stack environment with NSX. For the backup part, so like I was saying, we are able to go to the Vim embedded environment, so go to more and data protection. And from this part, I'm able to manage my backup and to restore VM if I want. We have FLR file level restoration available. You are able to have application awareness, so you can choose to add a credential of the PostgreSQL, for example, SQL database, and you are able to have a consistent database if you want to have. We'll have a immutability setup for the whole job that you will create. We are looking for 14 days of immutability. You get the instant recovery that it's available, and like I was saying, it's a policy per VM, so you can manage every separate policy if you have dev VMs or production VM. And you are able to add each VM when you, from the VDC view, you can just click on one VM and add the VM in one job. So it's quick to add VMs in each job that you have created.
I would like just here to inform you, you can go also in the interface of GoToWebinar. There is a document shared where you can get a PDF, and here there is the different links. So regarding what you said before, Franck, regarding the links to the documentation, you have a first iteration of the documentation with features, how to start using VCD, and also Q&A that they are in the FAQ webpage. So let's go to the next one.
Yes, about the migration. So here it's a high-level design of the migration, and it's a VCD standard part, so without vSAN and NSX. Like we explained, the migration will be managed by OVH, And in fact, here it's an example of what we do. So we have Roubaix, for example, one region, and you have on the left the before state. You see my current environment, hosted private cloud one. I have the management fee and the whole management environment with my vCenter or higher operation with one. In two, I have my two peer 48, for example. In three, I have my IP block and IP public block. And in four, I have my storage NFS. What we will do is we will extend the public network to our VMware, new VMware environment with VCD. We'll extend this public network. We'll use the NFS and map this NFS to our new environment VMware, and we'll just vMotion the VM to the new environment VMware. Then we register this VM to a new organization and into a new organization VDC that you will get. With this, we see in 5 the two vHost 48 that will use the same amount of CPU gigahertz and the memory that I was using with PRE 48. So we are not moving the data, it's just moving the VM from one environment to another one environment. For the vSAN part, it's more vSAN vMotion storage that we are looking to. So we are trying to manage every step of this migration. And for the NS6 part, we are still working on it to be sure that you will have the less impact possible for this migration to the new networking stack that we have with VCD.
Yes, I would just before jumping to this one, would like to go back here. It's really important, and we said this one, and we had these questions also in the question feature, that it's mandatory to commit to VCD via the manager before the end of the month to have the advantage of the pricing of VCD on the current offering. If you want to choose VCD later, it will be possible. For the migration, but you will have the repricing on the SDDC offers and not the VCD offers, which is a real advantage that we are providing to you. On our side, the advantage is also to anticipate this platform, to know how many workloads we need also to prepare. VCD will be available in all regions, also where we have our current offers, maybe as a reminder. So regarding the timing, you know that we had a plan which is really quick regarding the changes from Broadcom, because the new pricing is started in the 1st of April, and we got the last information during the last months. So this is why we are this, let's say, a bit pressure of the decision to do. We are in April, so as you can see, we are doing the webinar. If you have some colleagues that they are not in the good time zone, for your information, there is another session tomorrow at 6 p.m. for Americas, so it could be also interesting for part of your company. In April, we are providing all information, discoveries. This is why there is documentation. You can go also on the link about VCD, where there is also screenshots. This webinar will be shared, so the demo that you followed will be also available. Don't hesitate to contact our your different teams at OVHcloud to engage the discussion. As I said, there is a different expert that they are working with you every day, so don't hesitate to ask your question to them. And so, as I said, before the 1st of May, you have to decide to get the better price. It doesn't mean that you will have an issue on your environment, but regarding the pricing, the new pricing will change from the 1st of May if you have a monthly commitment. And if you have a commitment which is more than 6 months, the price that you were paying will stay the same for the current infrastructure until the end of the commitment. So you will get also an access to VCD platform. So we are building a large platform to provide to you the possibility to test this platform during the next month. So we are going to provide this one normally in May. There is a lab web page where you will have the opportunity to register to be informed as soon as we have this one. So the link will be shared also in the follow-up email that we are going to send after the webinar. And in June, we are going to provide much more details. You can see that we are building VCD as a new product, that we are really confident about the fact that it covers really a large use case that you could have. But you know that we are building this one with some part that they need to be completely confirmed. So we are going to update the different web pages on the documentation. And also we are going to provide to you the full detail about the migration that will happen in September. So the goal is to provide all this information before summertime to be completely at ease with the migration that will happen after the summertime. Yes, maybe quickly, but we are going to launch VCD first for the migration of current workloads. As you can imagine, VCD will be also a new product. But this one is a bit, let's say, not delayed, but just after, because we want to stay focused on the migration for your current workloads. But the new offer will be also available really after, so before the end of the year, maybe in September, maybe in October. I think we are going to the end of the session. We covered a part of the questions. So regarding how to optimize the cost and manage the transition, which backup? So maybe, Franck, this is really a part that we have a lot of questions. So as you explained, Vim is the options. There is no alternative to plug another backup solutions for now.
At the agent level, no. At the VM level, sorry, no. So you are able to set up agent if you want inside the VM, but yes, for other product that required access to the vCenter or the vSphere environment, like I said, all these parts are managed by OVH, so we'll just expose the VCD API and the VCD part. So you are not able to request access to the underlying infrastructure to make snapshot or to back up the VM. That's why we push and to integrate the plugin of Vim and let you consume per job, per VM, the whole plugin of Vim.
So if I can rephrase, if the customer is using agentless backup on the top of the virtual machine and is going to be connected via the VRAC, so he can also backup, for example, to S3 in this kind of use case.
He will not be able to do it anymore with the VCD on part.
Okay.
To do agentless, you will not be able.
Okay. So clear, and there is also questions that maybe we can a bit explain. There is many customers that they are using a firewall currently. So we have the firewall from NS6, but if they have independent solutions, for example, an appliance from Fortinet or
Yes.
yeah.
Yes, you can import. In fact, if you have already this part of appliance or VM running inside your environment, when we will migrate it, we'll migrate every VM. So this VM will be migrated, and you will get, like I said, the public network will be extended, so you will be able to still use and you consume your block of IP. So it will not change anything. And if you want to add a more appliance network, you can just deploy. Import a template and deploy a new VM with this template, or use a media of the editors, or it's up to you to manage this part if you want to.
Clear. Going back to the question of backup, the first options to have the backup outside of the data center will be in fact the Vim solution that you are explaining, with a possibility to backup outside.
Yes, but I think maybe, I'm not sure about the question, but maybe it's to export the backup,
yeah.
or have a copy of the backup outside OVHcloud.
It's exactly the question, yeah.
Yes, okay. So we are still looking about the corner case like that, because in fact, if it's a Vim managed offering, we manage everything underlying, so the underlying storage and everything. And depending on the way that we'll implement this part, we can have some maybe possibility later to propose, yes, a copy outside. But I'm not sure if you know, any provider that they are managing the backup, you get the possibility to export a copy of the backup, a consistent backup of your backup outside the environment. It's clearly we need to explore this part to be able to do it.
Yeah. The backup topic, many of you asking a question about it. We are implementing this part and discovering, so we are going to take care of your questions to provide the solution that you are requesting, in fact, via your questions. So thank you for your questions. I got maybe coming back to SDDC, we got also a question regarding vSphere 8. What's new, in fact, in the new release? Do you want to share something about it?
For vSphere 8, you mean?
Yep, exactly.
It's more a life cycle project, you know, or it's more a new version, but there are not a lot of features that it will be added. Maybe one will be a bit for the vSAN, but it will be later because it required, I think, some specific hardware.
Okay. Yes, and maybe coming back regarding the overcommitment and the CPU management, if you can maybe re-explain this part, how we are going to manage. Yeah.
The way that you are able to do it is with the ratio between the CPU and the gigahertz. And at the end, when we create the VCD, you get a number, I will say, of gigahertz, like 100. And with this 100, you are able to set up one vCPU equal 2 gigahertz, for example. And you are able to build many VMs using this type of custom, I will say, choice for the vCPU and the gigahertz. So to use this ratio, with this ratio, you are able to manage this oversubscription of this entity of gigahertz that you will use at the end.
Clear. Really clear. I saw one here. So CPU pair, so Zerto, as we said, is not going to be available the day one from day one, but it's really something that we have on the roadmap for you, Nicolas. VCD will not be compatible for running Vim backup and replication solution, as we explained. Yes, no possibility to use it directly, so it will be via the Vim managed backup that we are speaking about. And going back to maybe choosing the last questions. Is it possible to have an hybrid infrastructure using your on-prem vCenter with a connection to VCD?
Not at the beginning, but because we are managing here the migration of existing environment. But yes, it's a use case that we want to activate, to enable after it, like DRAS, solution linked to our VCD stack environment, and to provide. In case of DR setup, you can replicate to our VCD environment, and you will consume only storage, no vCPU or memory in case of nominal replication. And when you want to activate or test the DR, you will add enable the VMs. This kind of use cases we want to have it, but I think it will come later. Here, our focus is the migration and to automate the maximum that we can for this migration.
Really clear. When advanced load balancer will be available? So roadmap. You know that now we are managing the roadmap regarding exactly what Franck explained before. Maybe for some of you, you are aware, but we have a GitHub project where we have our one map So don't hesitate to go there if you want to start having visibility. We will share more information there. And by the way, if you want to engage also the discussion, don't hesitate to discuss with your technical account manager. We will provide more and more on the roadmap to all of you. For your information, we have a fiscal year which starts in September, so all the roadmap for next year from September on our side is exactly currently in discussion. So all of this will be shared as soon as we have the, let's say, the stamp for the next year. I think we covered a large part of the questions. I think we are pretty good. I hope that we covered the main question that you have in mind. If some of you have one question that you haven't covered, don't hesitate to add this one now. We can use the last minutes that we are providing to you for last answers. And as we said, it will be available on the FAQ web page that is available online. So the reminder that we developed before, because there is an impact on the pricing regarding the rules that we developed together. And a huge thank you for all of you. Thanks for your presence and your attentions and all your questions. We will take care of it. Thank you. It will really be useful for the roadmap and the next months, years with our solutions. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. See you.